Right when I got to the front porch and I was actually on the call with the 911 operator, it exploded.
A Madison County family is picking up the pieces after losing property and several farm animals in a barn fire.
We'll be tracking the chill through the air as we head through the rest of the night, and then tomorrow a little bit of a warm up as we go above freezing. But then we start talking wintry mix potential. We'll have the latest forecast.
And we kind of got lucky and walk out with a W, but that there was a war. They did not quit, did not stop.
The Wildcats got a real test taking on the Aggies. We'll have highlights from today's game.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
You can call that game a nail-biter. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. The Cats took on Texas A&M this afternoon. They took them all the way into double overtime. Lee K. Howard's here with highlights.
Yeah, this was not the kind of game that John Calipari expected from his guys coming off that close overtime win against Ole Miss earlier in the week. Going on the road for the first time in SEC play, and the Cats hoping to avoid the slow start. No such luck, though. A&M races out to the 9-0 lead. Daniel House with the soup and the sandwich. Pass me the crackers. How about Devin Booker, though? He appeared to be the only Cat ready to play today. He was brilliant from the field, 4-7 from beyond the arc, 18 for Book. Cats trailed 28-25 at the half. Second half now, Aggies not going away. House with a nasty slam. UK up by 2. House led all scores with 25. Aaron Harrison steps into the passing lane, steals and gets the slam on the other end, but there's Booker with another 3. And then on the other end, Texas A&M with the runner in the lane, banks it in. That is good. Aggies on top. Here come the Wildcats. Aaron Harrison working it down to Andrew Harrison. Gets the runner in the lane to go. Actually, that's Carl Anthony Towns. Then on the other end, off the rebound, loose ball, scramble. Finally, Willie Cauley-Stein comes up with the big dunk for the Wildcats. He was quiet today. Booker, though, he had the Wildcats rolling. Knocks down another 3 late in the game. The desperation shot at the end of the game by Aaron Harrison is no good. Tied at 57. Actually, we're going into the first overtime. Up ahead, Devin Booker on the leak out. Gets that one to go. Like I said, Devin Booker, a big day today. Texas A&M with a chance at the end of the first overtime. Wide left. That's off. We're going to a double overtime. Tied at 57. Second overtime. Pretty give and go. Courtney Robertson there, but there's actually Trey Lyles. Then Tyler Eulis, only shot of the day that he made. It was a big one, a 3-pointer. Wildcats back on top. Dakari Johnson would seal the victory with some free throws down the stretch. He was huge. The Cats survived 70-64 the final. They remain unbeaten at 15-0. It was a rough game for the Wildcats, but all that matters is they got the victory. We'll come back with more coming up a little bit later in sports.
We'll see you soon. Thank you, Lee K. We saw little improvement today from those sub-zero temperatures we've had this week. Don't get used to the warmer weather, though. Another Arctic blast is headed our way. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking those frigid temperatures and a possible wintry mix.
Yeah, that wintry mix, that's really going to steal our attention here over the next several days, because not only do we have a chance tomorrow, we've got several chances throughout the entire week. We look right now at some of our current temperatures right now outside. We're sitting at 24 degrees here in Lexington, 28 in Richmond. This is improvement. I mean, a big time improvement when you think about where we've started on many mornings and where we've been with some of the sub-zero air temperatures and especially those wind chills. And just for fun, let's factor in the wind and notice this. Not much change at all. This is very pleasant stuff when you don't have a significant wind chill showing up across parts of Kentucky, and we don't, unlike more recent times that we've experienced around here. There you see Kentucky's most powerful live Doppler, and it'll get quite the workout as we go into the day tomorrow. We'll be tracking that wintry precipitation sweeping in briefly, but enough to cause a few issues out there once we get toward the latter part of the day tomorrow, and maybe even into the early morning hours as we go into your Monday as well. So here's what we're looking at. Not as cold out there tonight. It's still pretty cold, 15 to 20 degrees for overnight lows. Highs will be above freezing tomorrow, but wintry precip is coming again, as we were talking about, and we'll track that into the area coming up for you here in just a few minutes.
What a difficult loss for a central Kentucky family. Last night, flames enveloped their barn, killing several of their animals. Fire crews tell us the fire started just after 9 on Red House Road in Richmond. The owner of the barn says family members were just watching TV, and that's when they saw the flames inside the barn. Hillary Thornton talked to the owner, now trying to move forward.
Well, we are a normal American family that try to do the best we can.
Marla Beck says farming is a way of life for her family, and on Friday night her son saw much of their property engulfed in flames as he drove home.
We were inside watching, some TV, and by the time he got back to the road, he could see flames.
She immediately called 911 as they helplessly watched their barn burn.
Right when I got to the front porch and I was actually on the call with the 911 operator, it exploded.
An explosion heard throughout the area, coming from the barn housing things like a tractor, truck, and lawnmowers, all with gas in their tanks. Beck says while they are extremely thankful that no one was hurt in the fire, she says it is still a huge loss for their family.
It makes me sad because we do work really hard, everybody that's in my family, and we're going to be kind of at square one trying to get back the things, just a simple shovel.
Losing not only all of their farming tools and equipment, but also 5 calves.
It's devastating. I'm sad that the calves all died. I'm happy the cows were outside. We put the calves in and shut the door because the temperature was so low. They usually can go in and out.
Beck says she knows they will never have what they had, especially the sentimental items in the barn. However, she says they are moving on and will be okay.
I'm going to relax about this, rebuild a barn. We're going to get more calves.
In Madison County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Beck wants to thank all the firefighters. She says she's grateful they were able to contain the flames and keep them from spreading. He led officers on quite a chase. A driver in Nicholasville hit a parked truck this morning, causing that truck to hit a business. We're told the driver then continued going and hit a tree in front of City Hall. Police caught up with him several hours later. They cited Jason Collins for leaving the scene. They say his recovery will cost thousands of dollars. A Kentucky animal group is nursing a dog back to health. Just before Thanksgiving, a fire badly injured Butch, a pit bull mix. This is what Butch looked like before the fire. Rescue volunteers say his injuries went untreated for nearly 24 hours. Tonight, Whitney Wetzel talks to the founder of a rescue organization about how you can help. We do have a warning before we air this story. Some of the images you're about to see are pretty graphic.
Today is 1 week that we've had him. We believe he is a pit mix. It's very hard to tell because he's disfigured.
Shannon Smith is the founder of Lexington Pit Crew, an animal rescue for pit bulls, and Butch is the newest member of her family. But the story about how this 11-month-old dog came to Smith's home started back in November.
The fire actually occurred in Litchfield, Kentucky, the day before Thanksgiving. There were 3 other dogs in the home. 1 dog was found deceased. When the firemen kicked the door in, 3 dogs, one of which was Butch, ran out. The 2 other dogs, I guess, they ran off and still haven't been found.
Smith says Butch's injuries went untreated for about 24 hours after the fire until a local vet took him in and nursed his injuries for about 2 weeks. Just by looking at Butch nearly 2 months later, it's obvious he needs additional treatment and care that Smith says his original owner wasn't able to provide.
His eyelids singed, and where they have rehealed are extremely tight and very, very inflamed. His ears have completely melted, the cartilage, and what's left has kind of shriveled up. I think he's adorable. He looks like a little old man because his fur kind of juts out. You'll see he's so cute.
It will take hundreds, likely even thousands of dollars to pay for Butch's future treatments, but Smith hopes that one day he'll be an inspiration to someone who needs him.
I want him to be a therapy dog for kids or people in the burn unit. He does not let anything stop him. People stare at him, and I just think he could just be a little blessing to anyone who has struggled with loss.
In Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
To donate to Butch's Recovery Fund, just go to WKYT.com. We have a link there to Lexington Pit Crew's website. Still to come on WKYT, a Cincinnati family is helping the homeless here in Lexington. We'll explain why they traveled south to share soup.